Welcome to my channel Official History of Coins. In this video, we're diving into the heart of American numismatics to uncover the stories behind four iconic 1-cent coins. These aren't just pocket change. Let's get started. The 1860 IndianHeadCent stands as a monumental and fervently sought-after prize within the realm of American numismatics, representing a pivotal and visually stunning transition in U.S. coinage history. For collectors, this particular issue is far more than a mere 1-cent piece. It is a tangible artifact that marks the final year of the laurel wreath reverse and the introduction of a newly refined, sharper obverse portrait, making a cornerstone for any serious collection of 19th century copper. Its appeal is magnified by its dual status as both a classic and a key date, generating intense market demand from specialists in IndianHeadCents, type collectors seeking a single high-grade example, and investors who recognize its consistent historical appreciation. The pursuit of an 1860 cent in superb condition is a journey that encapsulates the very essence of the hobby, blending historical inquiry with the thrill of the hunt for a coin that is simultaneously accessible to the dedicated intermediate collector and elusive in its top-tier manifestations. Historically, the 1860 cent arrived at a nation teetering on the brink of profound upheaval, minted in the tense interlude before the Civil War would reshape every facet of American life. It was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, as were all coins of this denomination that year, bearing no mint mark and serving as a ubiquitous piece of commerce in a soon-to-be divided economy. This coin represents the last gasp of the old reverse design, featuring a simple laurel wreath, which had been in use since 1859, the inaugural year of the Indian Head series. The design shift to a new, more detailed oak wreath and shield in 1861 aligns with the nation's move toward fortification and unity, making the 1860 a poignant, final representative of a simpler era. It does not commemorate a specific event or figure beyond the ongoing representation of liberty in a Native American headdress, a romanticized national symbol, but its context within the timeline of American history imbues it with a powerful, silent narrative of a country unknowingly on the cusp of transformation. The unique features of the 1860 cent are where its numismatic character truly shines, particularly in the subtle but significant design modifications from its 1859 predecessor. The obverse retains the iconic portrait of Liberty wearing a feather headdress, but Chief Engraver James B. Longacre enhanced the details for 1860, resulting in a sharper definition in the hair ribbons, cheekbone, and the pattern of the headdress feathers. The reverse continues a simple laurel wreath encircling the denomination 1 cent, which is itself framed by a rustic, identical border. Struck in a composition of 88% copper and 12% nickel, the coin has a distinctive light, almost white appearance when mint fresh, leading to the colloquial term white cent. Its substantial weight of 4.67 grams and diameter of 19 millimeters give it a pleasing heft. In high-grade, uncirculated condition, the coin surfaces exhibit a brilliant, silvery white luster with sharp strikes, especially on the delicate details of the headdress and the central bow of the wreath, creating a mesmerizing visual appeal that is markedly different from the later bronze issues. Rarity and condition are inextricably linked for the 1860 cent, with its desirability skyrocketing for specimens that have survived the ravages of time in superior states. While the mintage of 20,566,000 seems high, the survival rate in mint state is astonishingly low, as these coins entered circulation and were heavily used for decades. The nickel-copper composition, while durable, often shows marks and abrasions readily. True uncirculated examples, especially those with original mint luster intact, are genuine condition rarities. Furthermore, the 1860 is known for several notable varieties that command significant premiums, such as the elusive 1860-59 overdate, where a faint 9 can be discerned beneath the final 0 of the date, an area of immense interest to variety specialists. For the mainstream collector, however, the primary focus is on the standard issues grade, with coins grading below mint state, 60 being relatively obtainable, while those MS65 and above enter the realm of the ultra-rare, often appearing only in major auctions after years of anticipation. Market value for a problem-free, certified 1860 IndianHeadCent in desirable grades reflects its status as a key date. A presentable, circulated example in fine condition can be acquired for around $100 to $200, serving as an affordable entry point. However, the financial landscape changes dramatically for premium specimens. A coin graded extremely fine, 45 might command a price of approximately $500, while a choice about uncirculated 55 example can easily reach $1,200 to $1,800, depending on eye appeal and toning. The true market excitement begins with mint state examples. An MS-60 to MS-62, while technically uncirculated, may show heavy bag marks and trade in a range of $2,500 to $3,500. A stunning example graded MS-65, with blazing luster and minimal distractions, represents a major numismatic find and consistently achieves prices between $7,500 and $12,000 or more at public auction, far exceeding the typical range for later dates in the series, and underscoring the premium placed on pristine preservation. For collectors intent on acquiring a high-quality 1860 cent, diligence and patience are paramount. The first and most critical step is to insist on examples that have been independently certified and encapsulated by leading grading services, such as PCGS or NGC. This not only guarantees authenticity, but also provides a reliable assessment of condition, which is absolutely essential for valuing this issue accurately. When examining a coin either in its holder or through auction listings, focus on the strength of strike on Liberty's forehead and the headdress details, and seek surfaces that retain as much original cartwheel luster as possible, even if subtly toned over. Acquiring such a coin often involves monitoring major auction houses, establishing relationships with reputable dealers who specialize in classic U.S. copper, and participating in numismatic forums where private sales of quality material sometimes occur. It is generally advisable to purchase the best grade your budget allows, as the appreciation for top-tier examples has historically outpaced that of lower-grade coins. Storage and preservation are just as crucial as acquisition. Any 1860 cent, especially one in mint state, should be removed from harmful environments immediately. It should remain in its tamper-evident grading holder, which provides a stable, neutral atmosphere. These holders should then be stored in a cool, dry place, ideally within a safe or safety deposit box, and handled as little as possible. For collectors who enjoy displaying their collections, using high-quality, UV-protected display cases is essential to prevent the beautiful surfaces from being damaged by light or environmental pollutants. Proper care ensures that the coin's numismatic and financial value is maintained for future generations, allowing this historical artifact to continue its story in the best possible condition. While the 1860 cent is celebrated, its notable varieties present even deeper layers of collecting challenge and potential value. The 1860-59, overdate is the most famous and valuable of these, a coin created when a leftover 1859 die was repunched with an 1860 logotype. This variety is exceedingly scarce in all grades and requires a trained eye or magnification to properly identify the underlying digit. In lower circulated grades, this variety can be worth $2,000 or more, while an uncirculated example will be a 5-figure rarity of immense importance. Other minor repunch date varieties also exist, captivating specialists who enjoy the detective work involved in pinpointing these minting anomalies. Pursuing such varieties transforms a collection of the single date into a lifelong study, offering goals beyond the simple acquisition of a type coin and connecting the collector directly to the imperfect, human-driven processes of a 19th century mint. Next coin, the 1861 IndianHeadCent, holds a position of unique and profound importance in American numismatics, serving as a tangible relic minted in the very crucible of the Civil War. For collectors, this issue is far more than a mere 1-cent piece. It is a poignant symbol of a nation divided, representing the first full year of both the conflict and the Lincoln presidency, making it one of the most historically charged and emotionally resonant coins in the entire series. Its appeal is multifaceted, attracting not only specialists in the Indian head design, but also Civil War historians and type collectors seeking a single high-grade example of this pivotal year. The market demand for the 1861 cent is consistently strong, driven by its narrative power and its status as a condition rarity, especially in the higher mint state grades where its distinctive composition can truly shine, creating a competitive arena for well-heeled collectors. Historically, the 1861 cent was struck amidst unprecedented national crisis, with the fall of Fort Sumter in April signaling the irreversible onset of the Civil War. All coins were minted in Philadelphia, which remained under Union control, and these cents circulated alongside the first waves of wartime currency and tokens. This coin is significant as the first of the series to feature the new reverse design, replacing the simple laurel wreath with a robust oak wreath and a small, prominent federal shield at the top, a clear symbolic gesture toward Union strength and preservation. While not commemorative in the traditional sense, the coin's very existence and its altered design are direct artifacts of the war effort, embodying the government's need to project stability and unity through its coinage. It is a piece that passed through the hands of soldiers, merchants, and families on both sides of the conflict, carrying a weight of history that few other coins can claim. The unique features of the 1861 cent are defined by this historic design transition and its distinctive metallic composition. The obverse continues James B. Longacre's iconic Port of Liberty in a feathered headdress, but it is a new reverse that captures the era's spirit. The oak wreath, symbolic of strength and endurance, binds 3 arrows at the bottom, while the shield at the apex represents the Federal Union. Struck in the same 88% copper, 12% nickel alloy as its immediate predecessors, the coin possesses a characteristic light, near-white appearance when mint state, known as the white cent. This composition, coupled with a weight of 4.67 grams, gives the coin a substantial feel. In pristine, uncirculated condition, the 1861 cent is a stunning numismatic item, with vibrant, silvery luster shimmering beneath often delicate antique toning, and the sharp relief of the shield and wreath details standing in bold contrast, representing a perfect fusion of artistry and symbolism. Rarity and condition for the 1861 cent present a fascinating numismatic profile. With a substantial mintage of approximately 10,100,000, it is not the lowest in the series, but its survival in high grades is remarkably scarce due to intense circulation during the war years and the subsequent melting of coinage for their nickel content. The majority of survivors are found in well-worn grades, making any example grading above uncirculated or better a significant find. Furthermore, the 1861 issue includes one of the most famous and valuable varieties in all of U.S. coinage, the 1861 Paquette reverse pattern. This experimental reverse, with taller, sharper lettering and a slightly different wreath, is exceedingly rare, with only a handful known. While the standard reverse is a focus for most collectors, the pursuit of a high-grade example is challenged by the coin's propensity for bag marks and abrasions, making fully struck, lustrous specimens with clean feels the true prizes that appear at auction only sporadically. Market value for the 1861 IndianHeadCent reflects its historical gravity and condition rarity. A heavily circulated good, 4 specimen can be acquired for around $40 to $60, offering an affordable piece of history. However, values escalate sharply as condition improves. A solid extremely fine 40 example may trade between $250 and $400, while a choice about uncirculated 55 with strong details and some residual luster can command prices from $800 to $1,200. The market for mint state examples is where significant investment occurs. An MS-60 to MS-62, though uncirculated, often shows heavy contact marks and might sell in a range of $2,000 to $3,500. A superb gem example graded MS-65, with magnificent eye appeal, bold strikes, and shimmering original surfaces, is a numismatic treasure that can realize prices between $8,000 and $15,000 in major auctions, demonstrating the extraordinary premium placed on preservation for this wartime issue. For collectors pursuing an 1861 cent, a meticulous and informed approach is essential. Authentication and grading by either PCGS or NGC are non-negotiable for any serious purchase, particularly given the coin's historical significance and the premium for top grades. When evaluating a coin, pay close attention to the strike detail on the shield and the lines of the headdress, as these are key focal points. Seek coins that retain their original cartwheel luster, even beneath attractive, natural toning, and be wary of cleaned or harshly processed surfaces, which can devastate both value and collectability. Acquiring a high-grade example typically requires patience and a readiness to engage with established auction houses or specialist dealers in 19th century copper. Building relationships within numismatic communities can also provide leads, as superior pieces are often sold privately before reaching the open market. Proper storage is critical to preserving the value and integrity of an 1861 cent. Any example, but especially one in mint state, should remain securely in its certified, inert plastic holder. These slabs should be kept in a stable, climate-controlled environment, away from high humidity and temperature fluctuations. For display purposes, use only acid-free materials and UV filtering cases to prevent toning from advancing in an undesirable manner or for preventing environmental damage. Handling the coin, even within its holder, should be minimized, and it should be stored in a safe or safety deposit box when not being thoughtfully examined. These steps ensure that this historical artifact remains in optimal condition for future generations, safeguarding both its monetary worth and its legacy as a witness to the Civil War. While the standard business strike is the primary focus, the 1861 cents narrative is profoundly deepened by its extraordinary pattern coinage, most notably the 1861 Paquette reverse. This pattern, named for assistant engraver Anthony C. Paquette, features dramatically taller, thinner letters in 1 cent and subtly different leaves, believed to have been struck in an extremely limited quantity, possibly for presentation purposes. A genuine 1861 Paquette reverse cent is a pinnacle rarity, with examples residing in major institutional collections and appearing at auction perhaps once in a generation. Its value is stratospheric, easily reaching into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, placing it in a realm far beyond conventional collector. Awareness of this variety underscores the innovative and sometimes experimental nature of the mint during the war and adds a layer of mystique to the entire 1861 issue. The enduring appeal of the 1861 IndianHeadCent lies in its powerful synthesis of art, history, and tangible connection to a defining American epic. It is a coin that invites contemplation, a small metal disc that was part of the economic lifeblood of a nation testing its own survival. The aesthetic satisfaction of owning a high-grade specimen, feeling its weight, observing the sharp shield symbolizing a union under threat, and appreciating its distinctive silvery sheen, transcends mere possession. It represents stewardship of a historical document, offering a personal link to the immense struggles and resilience of the 1860s. This emotional and intellectual engagement fuels its desirability as much as any population report, making it a centerpiece that often becomes the most cherished item in a collection.